Hello and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Corey and I'm a bone cancer survivor, and if you're curious about that story, I will leave a playlist in the description box below. But today I thought we could talk about disability accessibility in public. Well, I just watercolored because I think me just talking to the camera can be boring sometimes. So I'm doing a geometric watercolor bear today, but let's get on to why I'm even bringing this up. So I deal with disability issues with accessibility quite often. And oftentimes it comes in the form of stairs. There are other things that have happened as well, but that is just one of them. And I was doing a historic home tour, which, you know, a home built 150 years ago is gonna have steep, narrow stairs, and probably a lot of them, especially the big mansions. And I love doing the historic museum tours, been on a couple of them. The issue was, I couldn't find really on their website that they had an elevator available for use. The guide did not mention anything about an elevator, and I can do stairs, but I have to do them in a different way than normal people. I'm a lot slower at them, and it is really taxing and exhausting because of the way I do them. And so what I ended up doing is I just waited to the back of the pack, and when we went up, the first flight of steps, because there were 3 flights of stairs to different levels in this mansion we were touring, I waited. Me and my husband were the last people to go up the stairs, and I just did them, one at a time, and I tried to do them fairly quickly because I'm pretty slow, and obviously most people in the group are moving a lot faster than I am. And the guide on the second set of steps came up behind me, and, she was like, "Hey, do you need the elevator? We have an elevator for use. I don't want you to feel uncomfortable." And I was like, "Oh, no, it's okay. No, I'm fine." But at that point, I'd already been doing the stairs, although awkwardly, extremely awkwardly. I'd already been doing the stairs, and I didn't want to one, it's hard to feel like needing to be judged because you're using an elevator when everyone else isn't. But on top of that, I had already done them, and it was just awkward at that point for me. So I just kind of pushed it off, even though I really wanted to do them. Those stairs were hard on me. I just said, okay, I'm just gonna do them. It's gonna be fine. And I'm appreciative that they did have an elevator as an option. However, I'm frustrated that it wasn't easily seen on their website that you can use an elevator on the tour. They did not say anything when you checked in about it. There was no option in the checkout, like a box or something to say, "Hey, I have accommodation needs," and they can always deny it. That's fine. If it's not reasonable, I completely understand, but it'd be nice to check a box and say, "Hey, I need an elevator." If that's accessible and that's available to you. Because if that was, I totally would have 5 minutes, if they had done a call 5 minutes before the tour started, saying, "Hey, we do have an elevator for use for those people who are in need and unable to do stairs. Please come let us know, and we will help you discreetly use the elevator during the tour." I would have gone up and been like, "Hey, I can't do it. I have a physical disability. Please let me use the elevator." And this is, I'm grateful that in the US that we do have the ADA, which essentially are laws that help protect people with disabilities in terms of getting access, more access, equal access, I guess, compared to the, general, normal, quote, healthy public. But they're just inadequate. This is not the first time that I've had issues with accessibility when I've gone places. It's always it seems like everywhere you go, it's like, oh, we have to do this and we're going to do the bare minimum requirements, and it makes it a lot harder to still use the accessibility. Use the whatever they've done, a ramp, an elevator. There's all sorts of things you can do, but they make it way harder to use because not many people are going to likely use it, right? Because most people don't have disabilities. But at the same time, it makes people like me nervous or apprehensive to use the tools that we're supposed to have because it's not normalized. Like, normalize that being okay. And on top of that, there's this assumption that, oh, I don't have a cane, I don't have a walker, I'm not in a wheelchair, that I'm not disabled or somebody could not be disabled with those things. And I think it's super important that that businesses in general just don't discriminate against people by being like, oh, well, you look healthy and normal and fine. Especially on something like that, like if there's an accommodation available, like make it obvious to those who need it in a like you can still do it in a semi-discreet way, but make it obvious for those who are looking for that resource. You know, I understand that it's partially on me to ask for it, but at the same time, I can't ask for it if I don't know. But, you know, that's just my little rant on disability today. But I wanted to thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed my art. Let me know what you would like me to paint next. And until next time, I hope you take care. Thanks. Bye.
Living life every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days.